And we continue on here on the live broadcast of EA MMA. Brian Fritz along with Dickerman. 3 more fights coming your way here on Stikforce 3.
Going to start things out with the return of Richter. He's going to be taking on Burn One Up. Richter being a Master Yellow Belt, taking on a Master Orange Belt. Should be a great match to get us started. Going to follow that up with good old Stikstyle taking on MARCxxFIGHTERxx.
And that is for the welterweight championship. And in our main event, another title on the line. This one, the middleweight championship, as the Macho Man 420 takes on SAMURAIstef.
Yes, and Macho Man has actually been in the live broadcast before under to Richter taking on Burn One Up.
As we take a closer look at these two boxers, we've got a kickboxer taking on a boxer, Musashi. The numbers are going to be very, very high, but you see very good health and very good skills, though. Pretty good matchup here. Burn One Up. Should be a good fight here. Pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched. I think you're going to see Richter with the one advantage will be if it goes to the ground. He does have the submission advantage using Gegard Musashi.
But I think for the most part, we expect this to be a stand-up fight.
Yeah, I think that's a safe bet to say it'd be a stand-up fight. If it goes to the ground, you could certainly see either guy look for some ground and pound and a victory that way.
That is Burn One Up, sporting the MiddleEasy.com t-shirt.
Burn One Up. I don't know what that. I don't know what that's about.
What could that be referencing?
I'm not sure. Hope not arson, because that.
That's never good.
No, Smokey the Bear says, you know, something about forest fires. I don't remember what it is, but
only you can prevent forest fires.
That's right. Only you. Burn One Up.
Look at the experience these two fighters. I mean, great records, and they've been playing the game for a while. You look at Richter, over 700 wins. Burn One Up, though, even better, over 1,000.
Only 123 losses, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. We thank you for joining us at the HP Pavilion. This fight is scheduled 3 rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue, specializing in boxing, fighting out of the United States, the Pitbull, Jeff Harper.
There's Burn One Up.
Now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained in the discipline of kickboxing, fighting out of Armenia, Gegard Musashi.
That is Richter 1, 2, 3. We've seen him on the live broadcast before.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
Big John McCarthy start things off. Here we go. Richter against Burn One Up.
We'll touch the gloves to get us going here. This should be a great matchup. Both these guys have tons of experience in the game.
By the way, a very interesting tattoo on the back of Burn One Up.
It says words or something.
I know the bottom of it says Die Young. And I'm not exactly sure what the top says. It says thus something.
It's not good advice. Why would you want to die young? You should die when you're old and all decrepit and stuff.
Or the eyeball's in the middle of the tattoo, though.
Looks like ladies' eyes.
Maybe.
Anyhow, these guys coming out swinging right away. Both guys. Fists are flying to begin here in this portion of the live broadcast.
Yeah, some calculated punches kind of being thrown right here, guys. Trying to size each other up here early on.
If you die young, you generally do leave a prettier corpse.
Very
really,
true.
What good is your corpse? It's just leftovers.
You can see between these two guys, both about the same size. I don't think neither guy really has a reach advantage here.
Yeah, pretty even matchup. Like we said, the one advantage you might think that Richter's going to have is if it goes to the ground in the submission game. And that's about it.
But a lot of that depends if he even wants to take the fight down to the ground.
Absolutely.
Nice little combination there by Richter. Good mixing it up when it comes to a couple punches to the head and follows it up with a kick to the leg. Richter trying to establish the jab here early on.
Absolutely. These guys fighting very technically so far as we begin this matchup here.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys are going to go for big shots, try to take any kind of unnecessary risks.
Still to come here in this portion of the broadcast, we got 2 title fights.
Welterweight championship on the line next. Then in our main event, it's for the middleweight title.
Stick style fighting in our next matchup in that welterweight battle. Both those titles held up too, so it's not like a champion is going in and defending his belt. These are open belts right here.
Right. No matter what, we are going to crown new champions here.
Where'd the old champions go?
Got a little busy.
Doing what?
I have no idea. Some of these people, they use excuses like, I'm having a kid, I don't have time to play the game anymore. I mean, that's so lame.
Get your priorities in order.
Come on.
You're a champion, for God's sakes.
Yeah, take a little pride in your belt, okay?
Yeah.
You can see Burn one up. Really starting to advance here. Land some nice shots.
Stalking Richter at this point. Burn one up's got a very impressive record we talked about at the start of this fight. Over 1,000 wins, just over 100 losses.
Midway through this first round here.
Wonder what the longest anybody stayed undefeated in this game was. I can't imagine it was too terribly long.
All right, that's a very good question.
We should have Nick Lang get the accountants here at EA going and crunch some numbers and figure that out.
Speaking of Nick Lang, you can join him in the chat room right now, easportsmma.com. Nick is over there right now. Preston, I think, is hanging out.
Nick had to leave for a bit to wash the Cheetos Chesadoo off his hands.
That can be a long process, too.
That's hard to type with that stuff. It's all on the keyboard, then all of a sudden your space bar doesn't work anymore. You ever had a keyboard without a space bar that doesn't work? It makes it very difficult to write a note to somebody.
I'm sure it is.
Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first round.
Both guys have had their moments here.
Yeah, no big shots as of yet. No knockdowns, no stuns, no takedown attempts either. It's been a stand-up battle.
Yeah, this has been a kickboxing fight so far with not that many kicks, quite honestly.
And as you say that, there's one right there. Burn one up, looking to prove you wrong with a kick to the face.
Burn one up, showing some good movement. And same with Richter. I mean, both guys very active when it comes to trying to defend.
And be a little elusive, too.
Yeah, good head movement, bobbing around, ducking, weaving.
That has been, since Lyoto Machida really came on the scene, you've seen a lot more guys work on being more elusive fighters, and you've seen guys change it up and mix it up. The sport continues to evolve. It blows my mind sometimes when you see some of these guys like Machida come in and Dominic Cruz, and they're making it different. Everything you thought was what it is, it changes. You think you have all the answers, and there's a big shot.
Richter down on the mat. He's in trouble here.
You think you have all the answers, and these guys change the questions on you.
A very, very close round up until that point, and Burn one up, getting the first knockdown of this fight.
And here's Richter on the bottom. He does have the submission advantage. We could see him go for something here with about 30 seconds left. Burn one up says, nope, going to stand it up. Back to our feet.
A touch of the gloves there.
Show of sportsmanship.
Richter comes out firing with a kick then. Final 15 seconds left here in the first round of this fight.
Close matchup until that big knockdown. You got to think that's going to put this round in the favor of Burn one up.
Absolutely. A very close round up until that point, but Burn one up getting that knockdown. That's definitely going to give him this first round. Unless the judges are blind.
Well, we're talking about the judges here. You never know. While the fighters continue to evolve, the judges seem to devolve at points.
See the highlights in that first round, that big knockdown right there. By the way, the tattoo, the good die young.
Well, I don't know about that.
When you're quoting Billy Joel and a tattoo on your back, I don't know if that's the best thing.
It's true. That's true. And really, you're that good when you die young?
Now, we're looking at Richter right there. He might have a broken nose.
That makes it difficult to breathe.
We saw blood trickling out of his nose there.
Burn one up looks untouched.
Let's get it on.
The exception of cauliflower here.
Second round set to begin here.
Touch the gloves once again. Been a technical matchup. Very sportsmanlike. Somebody's got to pull ahead here in round number 2, though.
Let's see what that knockdown does for Burn one up. Does that make him a little bit more aggressive here? Does he feel a little bit more confident? And what does Richter do? Try to get back in this, and after we believe that he lost that first round.
Just a guess. Can't be sure. We're not the judges. The judges are the blind people sitting at ringside.
By the way, we got a big Stikforce card coming up July 30th. Dan Henderson taking on Fedor Emelianenko.
Misha Tate challenging Marlis Kunin.
Yep. A couple of fights, though, scratched from that one. Originally, it was going to be King Mo taking on
Roger Gracie.
Roger Gracie injured, not able to make that fight.
Disappointed a lot of people. A lot of people wanted to see that fight.
See Byrne went up, really starting to land some more shots here, stalking Richter here a little bit. By the way, the Evangelista Cyborg fight off that as well.
Yeah, he's injured, correct?
Yes.
His old lady injured him, I bet.
Maybe. And she's without a home right now.
Yeah, she left Stikforce, abandoned her title, couldn't come to terms as far as money goes. That means it's safe for Gina Carano to return and not have to fear the fight with Cyborg again. She seemed too tough for a chick. I mean, for real.
Byrne went up, man. Really able to avoid some punches here, and he's been the guy landing a lot more shots here in the second round.
In that Henderson fight, I read that Henderson said he's going to weigh in at 206.1 in his heavyweight matchup against Fedor.
And it's kind of a catchweight fight at 220.
Yeah. But Hendo's like, I'm going to weigh in at 206.1.
Good, dirty boxing right there by Byrne went up, and the stamina for Richter very, very low at this point.
Oh, those elbows are beautiful by Byrne one up. Nice work.
Taking advantage of the clinch right here.
Hold on to that tie clinch, working it well. Now he's going to look for the takedown. Big slam takedown. Byrne one up on top in half guard. Could look to move from this position and finish this fight here. He's got time.
Yeah, not even at the halfway mark here of the second round. He wants to stand back up, though.
Feels comfortable on his feet. He's really starting to take a bit of an advantage here in this fight.
Richter's going to have to come up with something kind of big here to change the tide.
Byrne one up, starting to really get his groove here. Richter trying to come back. Byrne one up, of course, in the blue gloves. Richter in the red gloves, using Gegard Mousasi.
Another nice shot there by Byrne one up.
Not sure how well you can recognize Mousasi anymore with that bloody face.
Yeah, you can see the head stamina pretty low there for Richter. Blood really starting to spill there from Richter. You can see it pouring all over the left arm there. Byrne went up.
It's the one he keeps connecting with.
And he's starting to land some power shots, too. It's not just sticking him with the jab. Byrne went up, starting to land some big punches.
Richter trying to come back, get something going here. Byrne went up, been a very difficult opponent so far.
He's just been wearing him down, just systematically taking him apart. Final 90 seconds here, the second round.
Nice body kick there by Byrne one up. He's just all over Richter. Richter trying to come back and counter.
Look at that. You want to touch the gloves. Byrne went up, wanted to touch the gloves, and
Richter comes and kicks him in the belly instead.
Lucky he didn't land a bigger shot than that at that moment.
Look,
nice kick there by Byrne went up.
Touching gloves in the middle of a fight doesn't make sense anyhow. Let's just fight, okay? It's a fight.
No, it does not. That's one of the things I do not like. I understand the respect and sportsmanship, but in the middle of a round, no.
Yeah.
That's for the end of the round. It's for the, to me, it's for the end of the fight. You start the fight off that way, end the fight that way. Nice little combination there by Byrne went up.
Richter going to the body now. Got the tie clinch. He got an elbow in of his own. Richter's still in this fight. Can't count him out.
Oh, and just like that, you see him stunned. Byrne went up there.
He's still got him stunned. He's trying to finish him here with 30 seconds to go. Byrne went up, seems to have recovered, though.
Look at that. Byrne went up, comes back firing, and the stamina very low there for Richter for a few seconds.
Made him mad.
You can see Byrne went up trying to finish this round strong.
Try not to leave it in any question in the judges' minds should this matchup go to a decision.
Well, the big thing was he didn't go down. He didn't get knocked down. He was stunned there momentarily.
Oh,
and a big right hand. Another big right hand. Saved by the bell. Right there is Richter.
Indeed. He had him down, he had him hurt, but we don't find out the conclusion there because the bell did, in fact, save him in that round.
I was about to say that no matter what, even though there was if Burn One Up had been stunned, that he had done enough where you would think he would have won that round, but he definitely won it after that big knockdown there in the final few seconds. Look at the damage there on the face of Richter. It's a nasty cut right under his right eye. In fact, his right eye is swelling shut.
It's never good. You don't want to be a Cyclops out there fighting.
See a cut there on the face of Burn One Up as well.
Let's get it on.
Third and final round here.
Touch of the gloves to start the fight.
If you're Richter, you have to think you're behind in this fight, and you need to go for broke.
And
he does with a big kick. Burn One Up stunned here and just backing up.
Yeah, Richter got a little greedy there. He kept trying for strikes when Burn One Up was backing up. He needed to close the distance and then throw his strikes.
Both of these guys looking for a finish here, not going to hold anything back.
It's the final round. Looking for the victory. Don't want to leave it in the hands of the judges.
See a much more active Richter here to begin the third round.
Maybe he was conserving energy in the first two rounds.
I hope that wasn't the case.
Three-punch combo there from Richter.
And you're seeing Burn One Up have to kind of take a few steps back here, something we typically have not seen in this fight. Richter being more aggressive. Lands a nice high kick and another nice combination there.
Richter's still here. Pace slows down for a moment here. Another moment. Maybe another moment. It's like we're standing still in time for the moment.
I think somebody called for freeze frame.
Oh, freeze frame. Oh, Burn One Up somehow lost his connection. That is unfortunate.
Man, that was a fight that we believe he was leading. You look at the numbers, though. The strike's a little bit closer than you think. Only 37 more strikes for Burn One Up, but it looked like he'd won those first two rounds. But unfortunately for him, he disconnected somehow. So
power outage, internet outage, his controller died. Who knows?
Somebody could have tripped over the cord. You never know. But Richter will get the DQ victory there. So we move on here on the live broadcast with our first of two title fights, welterweight championship on the line.
It is the return of Stikstyle. Of course, Stick has been running around the forums for quite some time, helping to set up these live broadcasts. He's going to be taking on MARCxxFIGHTERxx, as this is the open welterweight title. The belt isn't held by anybody right now, so it's all up for grabs right here between these two guys. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the stats right now.
You look at these two guys. You got a brawler against a jiu-jitsu specialist. That's what you're going to get with Nick Diaz. Good, tough fighter. Guy can handle himself standing up, but obviously has tremendous ground skills. Against Stikstyle, who you would think would want to keep the fight standing up and see if he can impose his will.
Yeah, Stikstyle's got good numbers across the board. Submissions are a bit lower, but his ground game is good. So if he does take it to the ground, you're going to look for him to punch his opponent in the face and the body repeatedly. Going to see MARCxxFIGHTERxx coming out first using Nick Diaz, the standard Nick Diaz scowl. He's getting ready to challenge George St. Pierre for the welterweight title in the UFC here, not too far in the future.
It's a business-like approach right there.
Nick Diaz always all about the business. And there's no party in the back. There's no mullet. It's business in the front and business in the back, too.
There is Stikstyle.
Stikstyle been a great friend here to EA Sports MMA.
Now, Stikstyle is an experienced guy. You won't see it here in the record necessarily, but MARCxxFIGHTERxx, you look at that. 390 wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. We thank you for joining us at the HP Pavilion. This championship fight is scheduled for 5 rounds of action. We begin with the challenger, trained in the discipline of jiu-jitsu, fighting out of the United States, Nick Diaz.
That's MARCxxFIGHTERxx right there. warrior.
The challenger in the red corner. This man is a brawler. Fighting out of Ireland, Jason Lightning Dunn.
Stick style right there. Always an exciting fighter here in the live broadcast.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
Here we go for the welterweight championship. Stick style challenging MARCxFIGHTER.
The belt is up for grabs here. There is no champion. Just a couple of challengers. If you want to join Stick Style, of course, EA Sports, MMA.com. Jump in the forums there. Stick is very active in the forums, been very active in setting up these fight cards. Along with guys like Rupdat, King Satan. Anybody else I'm missing, I apologize. Feel free to light me up in the forums, though.
Oh, they'll do that anyway.
Title on the line here.
Both guys kind of feeling each other out here a little bit.
You always see Stick Style, he always brings the action. Win or lose. We've seen him lose, we've seen him win. It's always an exciting fight. Stick, of course, in the white. It's a boy. He's got a
big body punch right there. Stuns MARCxFIGHTER. He lands the first big shot of this title fight.
Not unlike the time that Nick Diaz fought Frank Shamrock in Strikeforce and really took him apart with those body shots.
One thing you're already seeing here from Stick Style, changing levels up. Go to the body, go to the head, use kicks, use punches.
Nice shot there. Sent him into the fence.
Got a little Muay Thai clinch here, maybe going for a little dirty boxing.
Stick Style very busy here in this first round.
Yeah, pushes him up against the cage. Look at his elbows right there.
Oh, brutal shots from Stick Style right there.
Stamina very, very low already for MARCxFIGHTER. He is absorbing some punishment.
Stick Style just working him over here. Got him against the cage in his tie clinch. Throwing those vicious elbows.
This is nasty right now. He is just beating him up. You can already see a cut forming under the right eye there of MARCxFIGHTER.
MARCxFIGHTER just doing what he can to try and get out of this position here because he's just being, controlled by Stick Style at this point.
But Stick's just going to hold him up against that cage. Look at that big knees. Trying to land one to the head there. Trying to pull his head down there. And finally, MARCxFIGHTER gets out of that position.
Swims his way out of that position. Gets off the cage. Stick Style very technical in his attack thus far.
He looks very, very comfortable early on in this one.
Deliberate attack. MARCxFIGHTER's got to get a little something going here. This is for the welterweight title.
First of 5 rounds.
Big John McCarthy looks on.
You see Stick Style now using those kicks. Changing things up here a little bit. Midway through the first round.
MARCxFIGHTER coming back with an uppercut there. It's been a stand-up battle thus far.
MARCxFIGHTER trying to use his kicks there a little bit. Hasn't really been able to land a big one.
MARCxFIGHTER going to have a slight advantage on the ground.
Nice
using Nick
big
Diaz.
right hand there, though.
Good jiu-jitsu.
That's the one thing we haven't seen him try to do is get a takedown and use that jiu-jitsu skills. It's almost like Stick Style's picking his moment. You see him just kind of weighing things out.
About 2 minutes left to go in the first round.
Throwing a few jabs. Throw some light kicks. And there's a big kick right there.
You called it. He was looking for that big shot. He pulled it.
He's trying to land that knee there. MARCxFIGHTER stunned, but looks like Stick Style not able to truly take advantage of that.
Yeah, MARCxFIGHTER just backing up, turning away, trying to just regain his bearings.
Damage still has been done. Head stamina pretty low there.
I'm sure
See Stick Style picking up the pace here. Oh, another big kick. MARCxFIGHTER is down. He is in trouble here. Big knees, big punches right there. Holds on, though.
MARCxFIGHTER survived there somehow. That knee was questionable on the ground. Imagine it hit the body.
It was to the body.
Could have slipped up and hit him in the face. We didn't have the right angle on it.
Of course, knees to the head not allowed in Strikeforce rules.
Indeed. It's unfortunate. I wouldn't mind seeing knees to the head being brought back to the unified rules of mixed martial arts.
That's one thing I don't think we're going to see anytime soon when it comes to MMA, especially here in North America.
I know. They don't want to change the rules at all. Come on, knees to the head on the ground.
If you can't get the sport sanctioned in New York, then you're going to have trouble changing the rules to allow knees in the ground.
Yeah, it's going to
soccer kicks, anything like that.
We're going to be old men before we can see knees in the ground. I'm not looking for soccer kicks. I understand the brutality of a soccer kick or a stomp, but a knee on the ground, that's fine.
And that's one of the great features about the game is because you can use that. You can play those rules. And look at this. MARCxFIGHTER coming back. And he's got Stikstyle in a lot of trouble. He's stunned. He's down on the mat. Final 30 seconds here in this first round.
Stikstyle's going to survive here, but that was a very close knockdown there by MARCxFIGHTER. Had him devastated there.
What a comeback there by
Don't touch gloves. You got 20 seconds. Fight, boys.
This is for the title. The welterweight championship is on the line. Oh, and another big kick. Look at that.
10 seconds.
MARCxFIGHTER stunned here.
Stikstyle can't reach him. He's doing everything again to get a hold of this guy.
That's going to be the conclusion of the first round, but what a final 30 seconds.
Back and forth action there. MARCxFIGHTER comes back there at the very end.
Saw that big kick early on, and then MARCxFIGHTER, who had been trailing the entire first round with a huge right kick there. Looked like it was going to finish off Stikstyle, but not only did he get up, but he knocked MARCxFIGHTER down again.
What will round number 2 bring us as we continue this welterweight title fight?
Look at this nasty cut here on MARCxFIGHTER.
For the vacant title, look at that. It looks like
a road warrior.
It looks like he's a road warrior. He painted his face before the matchup. That is against commission rules.
Second round here, welterweight championship fight.
There's no face painting in MMA. Although if you watch the old Pride days, every once in a while you'd see a guy wear a mask, which is not advisable. Dos Caras Jr.
What's worse, the mask or wearing the gi?
The gi was fine. The gi was fine. The mask, you don't have full visual on them with the mask on. Especially when Mirko Krokop's coming to kick you in the head.
Well, he did that anyway. Look at Stikstyle once again going with that Muay Thai clinch that was so effective for him in the first round. Able to land some nice elbows. Look at the punishment he's doing right there. He is just going to work here on MARCxFIGHTER. Holding him in that position. Big vicious elbows again.
This is a position now that Stikstyle obviously loves to get him in the cage in that clinch and just fire away with elbows.
MARCxFIGHTER's got to get off that cage. He's in a lot of trouble right here. Look at that stamina level. It's very low.
Stikstyle wants to finish him right here and right now. If he can get the right shots in there, he can do it.
MARCxFIGHTER trying to come back with that knee. He's got to get out of his position. He's got to push. Look at Stikstyle, won't let him out.
I'm surprised MARCxFIGHTER's still standing at this point. All those shots connecting like that.
Couple more and he could go down. Good Stikstyle. He is relentless here in that position. And there's a big shot.
Stuns him. MARCxFIGHTER's on the ground again. He's going to survive, though.
Third time already in this fight that MARCxFIGHTER has gone down.
Stikstyle a little bit more cautious now after being knocked out at the end of the first round.
Now here's the question. Will Stikstyle try to go back to that Muay Thai clinch that's been effective for him a couple times?
That has been very effective for him. He gets that position. He's obviously been working on that quite a bit because he has a tremendous amount of control when he gets that.
Look at this. Stikstyle opening up, and there's that clinch again. Got pushed up against the cage. More vicious elbows, some dirty boxing.
He's trying to give him a matching face paint on the opposite side of his head.
MARCxFIGHTER's got to get out of this position.
MARCxFIGHTER firing up some knees there to the body of Stikstyle.
But at the same time, you can't, while you can land those, you're not getting big leverage off of those. His head's being held down here. And it's not enough to break that clinch.
It's a very powerful position, is that tie clinch.
Stikstyle coming out dominant here in this second round.
Back against the cage he goes. More elbows to the head.
He is imposing his will here.
He's going to ruin that surgery Nick Diaz had in his face.
Look, he was trying to land that big knee to the head. Once again, trying to get it.
MARCxFIGHTER's aware of that knee. He blocks it every time Stikstyle tries to throw it up.
Finally able to push him off. Stikstyle firing back with a big kick. Look at that big welt on the body of MARCxFIGHTER on the left-hand side. He has been beaten up all over the place.
MARCxFIGHTER, of course, using Nick Diaz Stikstyle, wearing the light blue, baby blue, powder blue, almost white blue.
Stikstyle once again opening up with a barrage of shots.
Kick to the body there.
2 minutes left to go here in the second round. Second of 5, title fight. Welterweight championship on the line.
Back to the tie clinch.
And this has just been nasty so far. Third time already in this round that Stikstyle's using it, but this time MARCxFIGHTERxx able to push him off a lot quicker.
We ate one of those elbows that time.
Oh, look at this. MARCxFIGHTERxx stunned once again. Stikstyle trying to open up on him. Goes to that big knee, but not able to connect.
He was all over him, and MARCxFIGHTERxx was just able to defend and survive there, even while stunned. Stikstyle looking to take the back. He's got both hooks in. He's going to look to pound away at his head now.
And he's got that stamina way down. A couple big shots here, and that's all it could be. Look at this. He's going for the choke.
Stikstyle looking for the choke. We talked about MARCxFIGHTERxx having superior jiu-jitsu.
He's got that rear naked choke stitched in there.
Can Stikstyle finish him here? Stop. It's close. It's very close. I think he's
going to tap out. MARCxFIGHTERxx taps out, and we have a new welterweight champion. Stikstyle now holds the gold.
Wow, he really showed a true mixed martial arts there. Great stand-up. When he took it to the ground, he locked in that submission and finished off MARCxFIGHTERxx. Great night there for Stikstyle.
Overall, a dominant performance. We saw him get knocked down early on that first round, but that second round, he really took control of this fight, and then at the end, able to make MARCxFIGHTERxx tap out.
Gentlemen, the winner by submission and the new welterweight champion, Jason Lightning Dunn.
Very nice victory there by Stikstyle. Finishes him off with the rear naked choke on the ground. Took out the superior grappler, too.
Look at the numbers here. Strikes dominant for Stikstyle, 118 to 44. And like I said, in that second round especially, he was able to get that Muay Thai clinch in 3 times, land some big elbows, some dirty boxing, got the fight down on the ground, and wondered what would he want to actually take the fight down there. Not only did he do it, he cinched in that rear naked choke, forced MARCxFIGHTERxx to tap out.
Yeah, great job by Stikstyle there. MARCxFIGHTERxx was a very tough fighter. He got injured and damaged multiple times, but Stikstyle finally finished him off with the rear naked choke. Nicely done. We move on now to the middleweight title match. We got Macho Man taking on Samurai.
Yes, very interesting matchup here. You look at the experience factor. You're talking about a master white belt against a master yellow belt. Guys that are very experienced going into this one, and heavy stakes on the line here, middleweight championship to be decided. This title also vacant, so no matter what, a new champion will be crowned here.
Now, when you look at Macho Man, he shows as a white belt, but this is an alternate account, so he's obviously got plenty of experience here. He shows his record is only 5-1. That's not his actual real record. So we see him using Musashi. We saw Musashi earlier. He's pretty much across the board a very good fighter. He's got a big advantage as far as the submissions go.
Yeah. Yeah, Macho Man, his alternate account is B-Dog, much more experience. He's a master belt. But like you said, we're seeing him have to use an alternate account here.
Going to see Samurai coming out to the cage first. There he is. He looks very serious, very focused for this middleweight title fight.
And here is Macho Man 420 using Gegard Musashi.
You know Musashi's got great stand-up. He's got great skills on the ground, pretty much an all-around mixed martial artist.
Yes. Don't pay attention to the record here when it comes to Macho Man using that alternate account. For Samurai, though, you can see he's won 7 in a row, and overall he has almost 700 wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. We thank you for joining us at the HP Pavilion. This championship fight is scheduled for 5 rounds of action. We begin trained in the discipline of boxing, fighting out of the United States, the Samurai. And now, the challenger in the red corner. Trained in the discipline of kickboxing, fighting out of Armenia, Gegard Musashi.
There is the Macho Man.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on.
Here we go for the middleweight title. Macho Man taking on Samurai. By the way, is Miss Elizabeth there, Kate side?
Nope. That's Lex Luger where she is. These guys coming out firing away. Macho Man kicks and punches immediately.
Yeah, very aggressive here early on.
Samurai, nice spinning back kick.
Oh,
big
Samurai
shot by
already
Macho Man.
down. We got Macho Man knee to the chest, trying to land some big shots there.
Big knockdown by the Macho Man in the early moments of this fight.
And you can see Samurai, he's been stunned for a while there.
Macho Man in his top position in half guard. He's going to look to pass. He does have a significant submission advantage. So we could see him look to advance here. Possibly go for an arm, maybe a knee.
Let's see if that's in fact what he wants to do, or is he going to be content to hang out right here and just kind of wear Samurai down for a minute or two? Land some big shots to the torso, stamina to the torso. Samurai all the way down, and that's going to have an effect on this fight as it goes on.
Absolutely. Macho Man seems content to stay here in half guard for the time being.
There he goes, tries to pass. Look at that, goes side control.
He's going for the Kimura immediately. He's looking for it right now. He's going to start working for it.
He is pulling on that. He's almost got it already.
Beautiful technique there by Macho Man, pushing away. You see the tremendous amount of pressure going to the shoulder. He wants to light that shoulder up and finish this fight. It's very early in this matchup.
Look at Samurai trying to hold on here.
Macho Man pushing for that Kimura.
He's only seconds away from possibly tapping out.
I'm going to take that arm and put it behind the back, but it looks like Samurai is going to survive. And he does, and he turns Macho Man, and he gets back to his feet.
Good job by Samurai getting out of that. Looked like that fight was going to be over.
Oh, that's not very smart.
That's not good at all. Do not turn to the crowd.
I survived a Kimura. Look at me.
Yeah, he almost got knocked out, too, right there. Look at that firing back there. Samurai with a couple nice shots. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive. He's kind of passive early on in this fight. See, Macho Man stuns him again.
Hurts him again, going for kicks to the head. Another one.
Oh, he's out.
That's
he
it.
is out, just like that. A big right kick finishes him off. And the Macho Man is the new middleweight champion.
Knocked him out, standing, went face first into the mat. Macho Man takes him out. That's how you finish a fight. You stun your opponent, you go in there, and you hit big shots and finish him off.
Watch this kick, just flush right in the face. Hits him up against the cage, and another punch on the way down.
That was just a bonus. A little extra like, hey, here you go. Boom.
Beautiful job there by the Macho Man.
And gentlemen, the winner by way of knockout and the new middleweight champion, Gegard Musashi.
Spectacular knockout there for the Macho Man to win the gold.
That's right. He came in as an alternate account, and he comes in and he takes the title here tonight. Nicely done. Very dominant fashion, too.
Look at that. Lands 69% of his strikes, 43 more than Samurai. And he was very aggressive from the get-go. Knocked down Samurai, almost got him to submit. Fight came back up on their feet. He immediately knocked Samurai down, had him stunned there, and then finished him off with that big right kick.
Yeah, this matchup was all about the Macho Man. He looked fantastic here tonight, and he leaves with the gold. Congratulations, Macho Man 420, taking the title.
Yeah, Macho Man, the new middleweight champion. Before that, we saw Stikstyle win the vacant welterweight championship with the second-round submission victory over MARCxFIGHTERxx, able to cinch in that rear naked choke to win the title. And in our opener, unfortunately, Burn one up, lost connection, and he lost via disqualification to Richter.
Yeah, great night of fights here for sure.
Spectacular, by the way. You can always check out the archives. Go to easportsmma.com for all the archives of the fights. Thanks again to all the great people in the forum for helping put together tonight's broadcast and for all the support you always give us. So for Dickerman, I'm Brian Fritz. We'll catch you next time here on the live broadcast of EA Sports MMA.
We've got a lot of great action tonight, of course, put together by the crew over at the EA MMA. We've got a lot of great action tonight, of course, put together by the crew over at the
What did I say before? The forums at EASportsMMA.com.
Back for another live broadcast here on EA Sports MMA. I screwed that up. Hold on. Check one over here, man. I can hear it coming.
Do this.
Back again for another live broadcast. What's wrong with you, man? Trying to be professional over here. Cameraman. I can't do it with you doing that, man. There's no way.
You guys are so professional.
Let's go. Let's go.
Back again for another live broadcast here on EA Sports MMA. Alongside Dickerman, I'm Brian Fritz as we get set for Stikforce 3.
Got another great card put together by Stick and his crew for you. Those guys at the forum did a great job at EASportsMMA.com. Now it's time to enjoy the fruits of their labor as we get ready for the live broadcast.
You're laughing under there. No, well, your shirt is freaking moving up and down, man.
He's just trying to bring... I got enough fruits of their labor alive.
That was a good take.
That was a great take.
I'm like looking over here and your shirt is freaking gyrating, man. I'm like, you're killing me.